Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Obviously, they do everything big here in Dallas, and the introduction to the Cowboys, no exception. They're set for football in Big D as their guys will do battle with Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. There it comes. There it comes.
On play action, Rosen. Flush to his right, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
We talked about prior to the game, and it played out right there on the first play, didn't it? This offensive line is going to have his hands full all night long.
Now, you often speak of scripts to start a game. Does this mean that play number 2, they're going to go off the script a little bit?
Yeah, what's interesting is that most people, when they script now, they actually script those contingencies in, okay, in case they can't run the play they want to. How it's long distance now, let's go to that play.
After the sack on first down, Rosen on target over the middle of the hill.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Come to my world. Come to my world. 54, come on. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Man, let's get some penetration.
On third down, Rosen. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's fourth down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Now Sproles. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Eagles will have it, taking over first and 10. So first and 10 now from the 30.
Watch the pass. 5-9.
Working from the gun, Wentz. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. It's a gain of 5, and that'll make it a second down. Cowboys and Eagles, of course, such a great rivalry. Last year, the Cowboys got the better of the Eagles both times that they met, with Philly coming off their Super Bowl title. But in weeks 10 and 14, it was Dallas beating Philly by a single possession. To throw again on second down, Wentz. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
81. Hey, Delta. 55, mark, 55.
From the gun, it's Wentz. He's got the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. He's got daylight. The 30. Touchdown. touchdown, Philadelphia. Jordan Howard, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Elliott good with a PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
From the 41, Rosen. And on the left side, he's got Witten. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
On 3rd and 1, Rosen looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42, and they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10.
I got you.
They go with Howard to begin the drive. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 11 yards there, 1st down. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Now Howard, and an alley to run. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 15 yards on the play, 1st down. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the 1st quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Got out of the pocket, didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it, live to fight another down.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Byron Jones in there to make the tackle.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Check, 55, come on. Hey, Red 5-2, on here. Get ready, smooth. Get ready.
Wentz off the fake handoff to Howard. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And this one is right down the middle. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. For Zeke, one of the first 3 years he's had in the NFL. Last year, his second rushing title, 1,434 yards. Not as many as 1,631 that he had as a rookie, but still his yards per game average was the best in the National Football League. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. On 2nd and inches, Rosen has got his man. It's Andrews. 10-0 to score after 1 on EA Sports. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there now.
Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. And this one complete to Witten over the middle. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. Power running by Zeke, and he gets this one down to the 24. And he is finally taken down, but not before he gets it to the Eagles' 24. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Here's Rosen. His throw incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mark Andrews, there. And it's 2nd down. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Watch his slant. Watch his slant.
Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Rosen. That one complete to Elliott. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Give him 9 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. They'll run it with Elliott. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. Tackle made that time by Brandon Graham. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Now a play fake here on first down. He sets to fire deep, and that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Wentz. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Shotgun now for Wentz. And the pressure gets to him again. DeMarcus Lawrence, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there, and that's exactly what happened on that play.
Watch out for Hill on the return. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around? And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
Back real, back man. 180.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. Jackson's got it over the middle. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle first down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
At the Cowboys' 4-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Throwing is Wentz. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got it first and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hit in this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly. And now first and goal, expect them to tackle right here on this play.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. This is 3rd and goal now. 80,000 on their feet here in Arlington.
Hey, over.
On 3rd and goal, Howard. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And Elliott puts this one through. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Rashawn Melvin. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Elliott on for the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down. I know, but you're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
Don't get nervous. Just
now Rosen. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And I do believe this is going to wind up a safety. It is. It's a safety. How about that for a wacky play? Wow, what a disaster. You talk about a guy making a good play on the interception and then just trying to be too cute on the return.
It almost felt like his own gyroscope really got out of whack, didn't it? Going backwards into your own end zone after such a great play. Totally disoriented and gave up 2 points for his team.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here? Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Brandon Graham able to record his 5th sack of the season. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Now Rosen looking to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return, and there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Time remaining for likely one final play. You're on your side of the field, but, yeah, heck, maybe you throw one up 50-plus yards, see what happens.
Don't forget that taking the knee is the right play to make, because you just get out of there, you regroup, you start over.
And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sand. So we've reached halftime here, and it's our visitors, the Eagles, leading this one. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 12 yards there and a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. A good run by Jordan Howard, and now another 1st and 10.
Let's make these babies proud.
Throwing now is Wentz. And complete to Zach Ertz. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Wentz. Got a man, it's the rookie, J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Again, they'll throw with Wentz. And he connects with Ertz. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Here we go. Ready? You. Come on now. Let's go.
And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line. He was looking for Miles Sanders out of the backfield, but it'll be 2nd and goal. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Again, it's Wentz. Got him in. Open, it's Ertz. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Zach Ertz, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. And he's such a talented tight end, just creates nightmarish-type matchups on the other side.
He's so good that when we say tight end, we're almost damning him with faint praise, aren't we? Because he can do it all. He's as good as any receiver in the NFL.
Well, that's the deal. He's a wide receiver, just in a bigger body.
Bigger body, a matchup nightmare, and who's going to cover? When I sit in the film session, I just look at the coach and say, really? Really? You're going to yell at me? You go cover him.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. They go to Elliott again. There's a nice move. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down.
Oh, Rosen is stripped of the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Rashawn Melvin that time able to make the play. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Get in the weight room.
From the shotgun, it's Rosen. And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 12-yard line. Looking back to Cooper's numbers from last year after that trade, he ended up playing 9 games with the Cowboys in 2018. 725 yards, 6 scores. Also had the 100-yard game in the playoffs against the Rams. And if you add up the numbers between the two teams last year, he was over 1,000 for the 3rd time in 4 NFL seasons. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Rashawn Melvin. It's a foot race. He's at the 30. And they will be set up now now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. Cooper was the target there. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it. And sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Wentz on the bootleg. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
You ain't doing nothing today. 6'6", pull it high. Under crunch. Hatch it.
Working from the gun, Wentz. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover. They want to try and put points on the board.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes.
Right there, 54, right there, 54 miles. Alert.
Throwing on 2nd down. Rosen gets this one to Hill. And they'll get him down here at the 23. Rosen to throw on 3rd down. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Results in a 4th down.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line. They decide against going for it on 4th and 1, maybe to the dismay of their offense, but hey, a nice consolation prize down inside the 5.
Nice consolation prize indeed. So maybe the offense is upset, but they showed confidence in their defense by punting it away.
They'll begin the drive with Howard. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Back now in Arlington. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
Here we go, T. Here I come.
Again, it's Howard. And an alley to run. He's going to have the first down past the 20 as he'll take this up to the 22-yard line. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. Running with Howard. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This is Howard on second down. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. DeMarcus Lawrence in on the tackle.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
You got tight right there.
On third down, this is Howard. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up fourth down.
How about the fellas with the stars on the side of their helmets rising up on defense? We always hear about the Cowboys' rushing offense. Their rush defense is pretty good as well, I think, because they're so cohesive. Defensive line, linebackers really work well together.
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
You're not ready. You're not ready. All right. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
First down 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Come on.
They run with Ezekiel Elliott, last year's NFL rushing leader. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Get off the field. Under 10. Under 10. 10.
On the counter, Elliott. Now third down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
Rosen will throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. Intended that time for Cooper. He's coming off a 3-interception performance last week, so certainly not how he wanted to start here.
Not at all, but this is where a quarterback gets tested. This is where we find out what he has underneath that jersey, because he had a bad game last week. Can he shake off a bad start to this one and start to perform at the level he expects?
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Hey, 5-7. Grade 15. Grade 15.
On play action, Wentz. And he finds Howard complete. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. To throw, it's Wentz. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Now a 2-time 1,000-yard rusher for the Bears. This is Jordan Howard. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
DeMarcus Lawrence on the start. A gain of 2 yards yards on the play. Brings up 4th down.
Here's Jake Elliott. Career long, by the way, for him, 61 yards. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And they're not going to get the snap off. This might back him out of field goal range. So that'll back him up 5. On 4th down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Cowboys will take over here at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
tell the risk, I was never at the end. I would never get this off my chest, though. I'm forgetful. Someone better tell me I was always on the edge. Overstay your bearings, I would never underestimate. Oh, barely, my credits are off. Everything was better off. Oh, barely, my credits are off. Everything was better off. Take your eyes off me, you don't want to see me when I'm gone. Moral of the story was you're wrong. Everything I gave and everything I lost. Good things come at a cost. I left it on your head, and when you ever overstated, your thoughts are never everything you wanted when you want. I'ma take it in the head with the signs of the distort. I'ma leave it on the side. You on the Christ when the breath on this set. Let me speak on behalf of the dead. I'ma leave, I'ma speak. I'm the sick in the head. Come on, come on.